over the media right now there is a buzz. But don't be fooled by everything you read or hear. We are being kept in the dark and it can have serious consequences on our health. What are we talking about? Aspartame is the world's most widely used artificial sweetener. It is a synthetic chemical composed of the amino acids phenylalanine and aspartic acid, with a methyl ester. When consumed, the methyl ester breaks down into methanol, which may be converted into formaldehyde. Since it was first approved in 1974, both FDA scientists and independent scientists have raised concerns about possible health effects and shortcomings in the science submitted to the FDA by the manufacturer, G.D. Searle. Monsanto bought Searle in 1984. In 1987, UPI published a series of investigative articles by Gregory Gordon, reporting on these concerns, including early studies linking aspartame to health problems. The poor quality of industry-funded research that led to its approval, and the revolving door relationships between FDA officials and the food industry. While many studies, some of them industry-sponsored, have reported no problems with aspartame, dozens of independent studies conducted over decades have linked aspartame to a long list of health problems. Let's look at some now. A large 2022 cohort study in PLOS Medicine, involving 102,865 French adults, found that artificial sweeteners, especially aspartame and acesulfame K, were associated with increased cancer risk. Higher risks were observed for breast cancer and obesity-related cancers. These findings provide important and novel insights for the ongoing re-evaluation of food additive sweeteners by the European Food Safety Authority and other health agencies globally. Harvard researchers in 2012 reported a positive association between aspartame intake and increased risk of non-Hodgkin lymphoma and multiple myeloma in men, and for leukemia in men and women. In 1996, researchers reported in the Journal of Neuropathology and Experimental Neurology on epidemiological evidence connecting the introduction of aspartame to an increase in an aggressive type of malignant brain tumors. Early studies on aspartame in the 1970s found evidence of brain tumors in laboratory animals, but those studies were not followed up. A 2017 meta-analysis of research on artificial sweeteners found no clear evidence of weight loss benefits for artificial sweeteners. Cohort studies on artificial sweeteners showed an increase in weight and waist circumference and a higher incidence of obesity, hypertension, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular events. People drinking diet soda daily were almost 3 times as likely to develop stroke and dementia as those who consumed it weekly or less. This included a higher risk of ischemic stroke and Alzheimer's disease. In the body, when the methyl esters in aspartame metabolize into methanol and then convert to formaldehyde, it can lead to Alzheimer's disease. It also appears to exacerbate the amount of EEG spike wave in children with absent seizures. It has been linked to behavioral and cognitive problems including learning problems, headache, seizure, migraines, irritable moods, anxiety, depression, and insomnia. Previously, it has been reported that consumption of aspartame could cause neurological and behavioral disturbances in sensitive individuals. Headaches, insomnia and seizures are also some of the neurological effects that have been encountered, according to a 2008 study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Consumption of more than 2 servings a day of artificially sweetened soda is associated with a 2-fold increased odds for kidney function decline in women, according to a 2011 study in the Clinical Journal of American Society of Nephrology. Several studies link aspartame to weight gain, increased appetite, diabetes, metabolic derangement and obesity-related diseases. Aspartame breaks down into phenylalanine, which interferes with the action of an enzyme intestinal alkaline phosphatase, IAP. Previously shown to prevent metabolic syndrome, a group of symptoms associated with type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Artificial sweeteners can induce glucose intolerance by altering the gut microbiota, according to a 2014 study in Nature. Don't let this be you. Avoid foods that are full of artificial sweeteners. Use natural sweeteners such as honey, coconut sugar, maple syrup or date syrup.